Hebo 1031, what do you think of Ready or Not coming to console? I think this is great news. This is something to celebrate. More games like this need to come to consoles. Console players for years, almost basically 2 decades now, have been itching for a game like this to return to consoles. Okay, I think the last one we had was like Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. That's how long it's been. So yeah, this is amazing, incredible news. And I think that the console community should be super stoked for this one and not super stoked for the next, Black Ops 78 or whatever the fuck it's called. I think you guys need a game like Ready or Not to really set you guys right, Anyways, basically what I want to say is this, okay? The console community needed this. I've been preaching for so long that we need tactical shooter options on console that isn't Rainbow Six Siege, okay? Because that doesn't count anymore. Because honestly, as someone who's both a console player and more recently became a PC player in recent years, console gaming is near and dear to my heart. I still play more console than I do PC, I'd say on average, just because due to the couch, I like to sit on a fucking couch when I'm gaming. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I like to chill back on a couch with a controller in my hand. But if I'm playing on PC, I gotta sit up straight in my chair. I gotta have both hands in action here on the countertop with the fucking keys and stuff. Not as relaxing to me, And gaming is partly a relaxing experience for me too. Honestly, I just think you guys will have a great time with it, especially the console community. You guys, seriously, are going to be so excited to see what this game offers. And I'm not a shill for the Ready or Not game. I have never been paid by a dev before on this YouTube platform. I don't take any sort of sponsorship deals. I don't do any of that crap. I ignore all the emails I get from devs. I think I covered one game from a dev that reached out to me and I gave it my honest feedback at the time. And since then I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore because I don't want to advertise for people, Even if I'm just quote unquote giving honest feedback, even if it's shitty feedback, it's still advertising. And I disagree wholeheartedly with advertising. I don't think it's right. Fuck advertising. Fuck talking about games that people reach out to me for. Now, the best part about Ready or Not coming to console is that I don't think the console community has really had that experience before, getting to play a game where you actually have team controls, squad commands, and really getting to plan and coordinate and strategize how you go about clearing those rooms. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line with Ready or Not is you're clearing rooms in mystery buildings, in mystery locations, similar to what police have to go through. They don't know what the layout is until they get in there. So on your first run through of these maps, you're going to be experiencing all kinds of ways, man. You're probably going to fall in love with this game, and it's very, very good. The best part about Ready or Not is, and if you've seen some of my Ready or Not videos, I've said this before, is that every time you load into a map, the way the enemies spawn in is completely unique and different. What they're going to be doing, the movement paths they're on, it's always going to be a fresh experience on these maps. So if you're playing the same map twice, you never know what the layout, or not the layout, sorry, but you never know where they're going to be located. It's not to the same level as 6 Days in Fallujah has it, but it does a pretty good job at making the levels feel unique every time you boot in, and you never know where this certain character may be. So I think you'll have a good time with it, planning and coordinating. You can really delve into the team customization, all the customization for your character, real outfit parts and pieces and stuff, and hopefully the mods also make their way to consoles too, because when their mods kick in, that's where the big fun happens. So I think you guys should be excited. I'm excited. I might even pick it back up on Series X just to, check out the console experience, see how it differs from the PC. I don't know how it's going to run on consoles because you do have a lot of team commands. I don't know how they're going to map it. I mean, maybe it's going to be similar to the way they've mapped it on PC, but I found it a little tricky to get all the mappings of every single action on a controller, so that's why I just stuck with the mouse and key. So I really don't know how it's going to feel and look. And I think that's also been one of the reasons why tech shooters tend to avoid consoles, is because of the amount of keys and inputs you need to map to buttons. There's just simply not enough on a controller, right? So I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they'll make it a little bit more easy. So instead of having to press 2 or 3 different things to get to, let's say, you doing a shotgun and clear entry, you might need to hit a few keys to get to that shotgun entry on a keyboard, which is easy. But on a console, I don't know if they're going to make you go through like a wheel menu and then you click on an extended wheel menu and then you press there. It's just going to be very weird on with thumbsticks. So maybe I should boot into the PC version, switch it to controller again and give it another shot. But I really just didn't enjoy it. I think it should be fine. The controls, there's a bajillion FPSs on consoles and they all work fine. But this has a little bit of an extended layer of team management. You do need additional inputs to do things. So I really am unsure, but I'm excited nonetheless, and we will give it a shot and check it out. And not only did we just get an announcement, we actually got a release date and a price, and we got some details. So you're going to be getting 20 levels right out of the gate on launch, and you could play with up to 5 people cooperatively. That's insane, okay? But that's also what the game is on PC, so it does make sense, you know? And the release date is going to be on July 15th, so next month. We're basically just a little hair of a month away. So this is going to be incredible. There are like 2 or 3 options you can purchase. There's like a standard base game edition, which is only $50. Then there's a day 1 edition, which is also $50. But you also get a pre-order weapon pack if you get it day 1. And there's a deluxe edition. So there's technically 2 versions, but there's a 3rd version if you are pre-ordering. Anyways, the deluxe version will include the base game, obviously. It'll give you the Home Invasion DLC, the Dark Waters DLC, and an unannounced DLC 3, as well as the official game soundtrack. Cool. Anyways, you guys can just Google your prices for your respective countries and zones on your own time, but that's roughly it. And once again, I'm super excited. I'm hoping more games follow suit. We need to see more tech shooters on consoles, okay? Especially ones with deep single-player team management gameplay that this game has. Really interested to see how this game sells, because if it sells really well, then I think we're going to be seeing much more games like this coming to PlayStation and Xbox. So hopefully you guys go out and get this game and support these types of games and stop supporting the tired fucking Call of Duties. Every year there's a new one. So yeah, ready or not on console, are you going to be getting it? And if you are, what platform? Let us know in the comments. Are you excited? Just share your thoughts, all right, guys? Appreciate you being here. With that said, have a great day, and thank you so much, and take it easy. Ciao.